Okay, students, one more reminder. Those who have not sent me their, 1 second. Okay, students, those who have not yet submitted their assignments, okay, which you were supposed to do, please submit it at the earliest. Okay, please submit it at the earliest by today. Today is the last date. Okay, I got very few answers, very few responses from people, so you have to complete it today itself, right? Okay.
Ma'am, can you please repeat it, what you were saying?
Yes, the thing is, those who you have submitted, I know that. So, all those who have not yet submitted their assignments, okay, two assignments you had, HTML website and MS Access project. So, those who have not submitted it yet, you were supposed, those who have done it on computer, they were supposed to submit me a video, okay, a recorded video of both of them. And those who have don't have a computer, they were supposed to send me a PDF. You can send me through WhatsApp only. I haven't created any separate upload link for that. So you can send me through WhatsApp only. I'll give you tomorrow also. Okay, 21st you can take as the last date, right? So after tomorrow, I'm not going to accept any of those assignments, right? So please do submit it quickly, and if you don't submit it, you will lose your 20 marks. Understood? So please don't do that. Submit your assignments at the earliest by tomorrow. Okay. So I will start with the class today. So we will continue from where we had stopped, and I have found a solution to the problem also, as you can see over here. We were working on this IRCTC menu meals. So breakfast was easy. We had done that easily. Next, we were stuck in these options. So what I have thought about is, you can just take a look. Our second thing was, the second element was standard casserole meals vegetarian. And within that, you have options like for rice, you have around three options: rice pulao, jeera rice, plain rice. Okay. And for chapati also, bread, it comes under bread, any kind of thing made out of your um, whole wheat flour or multi-purpose flour. Okay, that is known as bread. So any kind of bread is like paratha, chapati, puri. So here also we have some options. Here also dal or sambar, we have options. Okay, and you can even see option over here, curd or sweet, right? So what about these options? So we were stuck in this point. So what I have thought about is, we will be taking an element std underscore meals, that is standard meals, and category veg or non-veg, as you can see. And I have taken item element which contains some sub elements. I name, that is item name, rice. Options, we will be providing an element option here which will have these options: rice pulao, jeera rice, plain rice, and so on. Okay. And you can also see that there is quantity for each of these items: how much rice, how much bread, how much dal. Understood? Sorry. So quantity will be taken. Price is, of course, it will be the same for the entire package. Okay, one price for the entire package. And price static, price mobile. And same way I have designed it for standard thali meals also. Now the difference between the two is, standard meal casserole, you get it on the station canteens also, and you get it in the trains also. But in this one, standard thali meals, you only get it in the refreshment room. So we don't have one element, that is price mobile. Rest everything will be the same like standard meals. एक्सेप्ट प्राइस मोबाइल, बस वो एक एलिमेंट हट जाएगा यहाँ से फॉर स्टैंडर्ड थाली, बिकॉज दिस यू डोंट गेट इन द ट्रेन्स, you get it only in the refreshment rooms. So you can see over here now that there is plain rice of fine quality. So there is no option given over here. So option will be, you need not use option over there, or you can simply write within the option tag, you can simply write what NA, that is not applicable. आप ये भी लिख सकते हो, or nil you can write, okay, to represent that option is not applicable in this item. Okay, and you can again see there are options in the next: paratha, chapati, puri, dal or sambar, okay, curd or sweet. So wherever you have options, you will be using the option tag, and rest everything is the same. So what do you think? Is it okay, everybody? Did you understand this?
Yes, ma'am.
Other suggestions else you can share over here? So I think what I felt was this option tag would solve our problem of option. That was the only place where we were stuck. Okay, now let us at least design it for a few of them. That is, I will only take it for we had last time we had designed it for these two, bread butter and idli vada. We had done it for A and B, and rest I had left it as an exercise for you people. Okay, I'll tell you about this one also, that is non-vegetarian. This is the name of the item. Okay, within that item you will be getting these three things. Okay, and their individual quantities are also given, right? And now see here also you have some option. No need of that, you can simply write it like that only, because we don't have it anywhere else. Normally tomato, ketchup, sachet, salt, pepper, both are given, right? So that is there, and rest you have price static and price, that is non-veg. Next is standard casserole. So let us do it, write the XML code for this one, now that we have drawn this diagram. So what I'm going to do is just divide my screen into two parts, and I'm going to reduce the size a little bit so that everything is in my field of peripheral vision. So this is it, and I'm going to remove this part, and you can see till here breakfast, then food item, category, name. So I had taken breakfast over here. Within breakfast I had taken food item. Okay, so what I'm going to now do is I'm going to sorry, take this one, that is standard meals. Just a sec. Yes, one more thing I have to take, that is food item. यहाँ पे food item, and here also I will be taking food item. Okay, so I'll be taking food item that I have to take for each of the food items, right? And I will be starting it from here, that is after the breakfast tag. So I hope everybody can see the screen. So here I start with standard meal. So std underscore meals. Right, and within this I write the first thing, that is food item, and I'm also closing it. Just a second, electricity just went off at my place. Just a second. Electricity just went off. I don't know whether it's our turn today or not. Okay. See, these problems are always there. We can't help these problems. These are unexpected problems, and I should be able to. I have 53% of battery remaining in my laptop. So let's see if I'm able to stretch it till 9:45. Okay. So don't go anywhere, students. I'll try my level best to be here. So food item, within food item, I will start with the very first thing, that is, now my first food item is the standard casserole meal vegetarian. So for that, I'm just going to type category, and category is vegetarian, and category close. Okay. Okay. I think, and I should also give a name to this. See, sometimes, when you actually start coding, you may feel that I should add another element. That is, what I missed out was the name of the food item. So I'm just giving here food name. The name of the food I'll be taking from here, that is standard casserole meal vegetarian, or simply casserole meal. Vegetarian, it's already there. But if you want to just denote that, you can just give it, right? Right. So after category, we have what else? After category, we have item. So I'm going to specify item over here. And with an item, I will be taking I name, and the first item name is rice. Okay, next is option. With an option, again I will take option. Next is jeera rice. Next is plain rice. Okay, these three things are there, and QTY, that is quantity, will be there for each item. So QTY, and quantity is 150 grams. And close. That is done. Now come out of it, and I need what? Price static. What is price static? 45. And price mobile. One food item is done. Let us first check this. Okay. So I'm just going to open okay, so here you can see that we are getting, which one have I opened? Let me check. Just a second, it should display everything in the form of meals. Okay. Okay.
Ma'am, have you written the XML
Something.
version at the top?
Yes, I have written. See, I don't know why I'm not getting this food item standard meals. Okay. Breakfast. It should give me. I don't know why it's not giving me the answer. Let me just check it with some other. it should give me everything in the form of tags, okay, because I haven't used CSS so far in this, and it is also not displaying all the other things which I have given, that is starting from food item. It should display everything starting from food item. Just a sec. Acha. Mismatch, there is some problem. You can see how XML page also gives errors. Error on line 47. So let us check line 47. This is the error. Yes, what I did was I wrongly closed this. Can you see, can you spot the error in this line, everyone? I opened
Yes,
food
ma'am.
name tag, but I didn't close food name tag. So here I have to close the tag food name because I closed food item and stopped displaying anything after that. Uske baad, because food item started from here and closed over here, so it ignored everything after that, right? Let's see. Yes, now it is displaying everything. Let me check it on the standard XML handler. Yes, now you can see. So food item. Now over here, I'm going to just collapse this breakfast and you can see standard meals, food item. Okay. Within this, you have item, and within item, see, I name is rice. Item name is rice. Option rice pulao, jeera rice, plain rice. So you can see the options over there, and within item, because you can see over here that for this one item, whether you take rice pulao or you take jeera rice or plain rice, you can opt for any one, either one of these three. But whatever you take, you will be getting 150 grams of it. So 150 grams will be taken as a sub tag or sub element of item, right? So this is the name of the item, that is rice. It is a rice item. These are the options within that, and this is the quantity, right? And price static, price mobile. So if I just do this now, breakfast I have already collapsed, right? Now within standard meals I will be having two. So this is one food item and one more I am going to add. So for that, what I'll be doing is, now I will be opening this. I will be adding the non-veg food item also. So I'm just going to copy everything till food item, and it will be within standard meals only. इसी के अंदर रहेगा standard meal. I'm just giving non-veg here, and category will be non-veg, and item name. Again, the same thing, everything is the same here, only price will change. So price, this price will be 50 rupees and this price will be 55 rupees. Okay, and now when I display this, now you can see. So I'm going to collapse the breakfast and you can see food item. One food item was veg, okay, and the other food item is the non-veg item, so you can see it over here. But now there are other things also within the food item, so you have to add them also. So quickly I will be adding it within the veg part. So for this I will be opening this, I will be copying this item tag, and I have copied it once, and let me just write the other things. So I'm going to now just type here bread. People might find that bread is kind of confusing because you go in the West, everything, whether chapati or paratha, it is known as bread, right? So I'm just going to write here flour items. Okay, any item made out of flour, right? And within this, I have this one is paratha, then you have chapati, that is 4, and you have right? And that will be 100 grams. Fine. So one more item added, and let's check it out. So we come down here and you find it over here. This is one item. This is the second item. Okay. So just expand item, all the rice and their options, flour items, their options, and the quantity. And let's take something which doesn't have any, okay, we'll take this one also, dal or sambar. And for that, how many options will be there? Only two options. So we will have lentils over here. So dal, and sambar, and thick consistency. And the same thing I will be adding there also. And this option I will remove because there were only two options in this. And what is it? This is also 150 grams. So now you check it, and we'll take one without any option. That is, let me just create another item over here. And what is it? Mixed veg. So I name is and its quantity. Option I can just simply write as NA, not applicable in this. And QTY, quantity, will be taken as 100 grams. Fine. And you can also see the others, curd or sweet. Again, option you will be using. Pickle in sachet, no need of option. Packaged drinking water in sealed glass, no need of option. So let us run this and check it on the browser. Yes, so you can see it over here. So vegetarian, rice, flour items. You can also write your rice items. Okay. Lentils, mixed veg, right? And all the things. So how many items? Let me just collapse this. And you have provided 4 items within vegetarian casserole meal. Same for the other, that is standard thali also. You just have to remove one of them. Here also you will start with standard thali. Within this you will start with food item, because again you have two options here. You have one option which is vegetarian and one option which is non-vegetarian. Okay. And within this only one thing will be removed, that is price mobile, because price, it is not provided in trees. Is this clear to everyone, students? Can you complete this exercise now? Can you complete it?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear to all of you? So you should be able to do
Yes,
this. If you do this, like this is a kind of a project. So if you do this, so many things about XML tags will be clear to you, right? Okay. So I'm closing this now. I will be sending whatever code I have written, I'll be sending it to you. And I hope you already have this PDF document with you. Now we will start with something else in this. That is, we will proceed to the next topic in XML. Now, XML will come in your final exam for computer. Let me tell you one thing, students. Computer marks, they won't be displayed in the report card for this half yearly right now, okay, as I have been instructed. But those marks, a list will be provided to your class teacher, right? So whenever the PTM is there, you will be able to get your marks from there. right? So already I have released the marks. You all already know your marks, what your marks are. Only thing you need to know about your marks in the practicals. That is the two projects which you have submitted. If you have submitted both the projects, you will get the marks. If you don't submit, then no marks will be given, right? So please keep that in mind. Okay, let me just see till where we had completed. Once again, a quick recap of syntax rules of HTML. Please pay attention. Just I'll go through it. You can create it in a simple text editor like Notepad. XML extension has to be used compulsorily. Okay, and please name your documents according to the data which it is storing. Okay, for example, if it is like I created IRCTC menu means, so I just created IRCTC menu dot XML. This .xml extension is mandatory. It is important. Okay, and XML also every browser has an XML parser. PARSER parser. Okay, I'm writing it like this. This XML parser is a small program. It's a small program which reads each and every line of XML, interprets that, interprets them, okay, and executes the XML code, right? It will read each and every line, each and every word and tag element which you have used. It will check whether the tags have been closed properly or not. Like there was a mistake which I just caught some time ago. It will also highlight the line number. So with this line number, you will be able to figure out where is the error. Okay. And you can easily, like I found out that I had closed the food item tag, which had to be closed after writing everything. Okay. Instead, I had to close what? Food name. I had started food name. After writing the name, I had closed which tag? Food item. So this was an error which was caught by the XML parser, right? So you have to be clear about that, because simple errors in XML, they are highlighted. If there is a single error, it won't be displayed in the proper format. XML tags are case sensitive. Yes, if you are writing food item like this, you cannot close it like this. Why? Because F is capital over here. Okay, that is why it's because XML tags are case sensitive, unlike HTML. Closing of a tag is must in XML. Tags must be nested properly, as you can see already in this. How tags are nested. Nested means tags within tags. Let's see the nesting, and that would be clear to you through this. 1 second. If I open this and let us see the nesting of tags, you can see this nesting with the help of this indentation. Like IRCTC meals is the outer tag. Then you are opening breakfast. Then you are opening food item. Then you are opening category, and category is closed over here. Then name. Now within this you have description. Description is what here. When I am clicking on this collapse button, you can see all the item, all the elements within the description. Have then item quantity, then closed item also. So it is important to check the nesting, that is which tag lies within which tag. That is important. There must be a root element. Yes, the root element is the one from where your execution starts and ends. tag attributes must have a quoted value. Of course, tag attributes which you are using, like if I use, suppose student ID equals. So whatever value is given, it has to be given within a pair of double quotes. So it should be quoted properly. So these are the syntax rules of HTML. Now, XML elements. XML documents are made up of tags or elements. We all know that. Tags are user defined. We all know that. Contains opening and closing tag. And okay, this also we had done. It's not that important right now. Naming rules. Element name can contain letters, digits, underscore character. Can start only with a letter or underscore. Tags are user defined. Word XML is the only keyword. Okay. So you cannot use any other special character or space in between the tags. Like you saw, I have been using food underscore item. This is correct, but I cannot write food space item. Okay, this is also correct. That is, both are stuck together. But if I write like this is wrong. If I write food dash item, this is also wrong. So you cannot use empty space or a hyphen or any other special character other than underscore, right? Blank spaces are not allowed. Element names are case sensitive. Now, XML tag attributes. In XML, attributes are used to define those values which are associated with the tag. Like you used earlier also, font face equals Times New Roman. Used to write like this. So this face is what? It is an attribute, right? So in XML also you can create your own user defined attributes. But information assigned as attributes cannot be used or manipulated. That is why you should avoid using these attributes as much as possible. Hence, we can represent them in the form of child elements instead of using it like instead of writing student ID equals S001. Okay, instead of writing it this way, I can just write it like this. And within this, I can just create an ID tag. And the other tag. This will be read by the parser, but this won't be read by the parser. Okay. This won't be interpreted by the parser. That is why you should avoid using this and use this. But in your textbook, many questions are there which have specifically asked you to provide an attribute. So there you don't have an option. You have to stick to the specifications given in the question, right? Example, student, class, student. Okay. Some points. Naming rules of attributes are same as that of XML tag. It is mandatory to assign some value to attribute. Attributes cannot be left with unassigned values. So just read them. These are all the points which you have to keep in mind. Next is comments in HTML, XML that we were discussing in the last class. Comments start with an angular bracket, then an exclamation mark, and a hyphen, and within this you can type your text, whatever comment you want, followed by two dashes and angular bracket close. Like I'll just show it to you over here in ITC meals. So suppose here I want to specify that. I'm just going to write it like this. Now see, the entire font changes to a very light gray shade. So I can just write this part deals with the breakfast menu. IRCTC. And you can see that this line, it appears in a different color and a very faded color. Okay, and when I run it, now when I refresh this page, you can see that it is displayed over here. But that is because this is an XML file which carries the data, but this will not be read by the parser. Whichever external application program takes or picks out data or extracts data from my XML file, it will not read this line, because this line is a comment line. Okay, and comment line is only used for purposes of reference. Okay. Also, there are some more uses used to temporarily hide data from software or programs using that. If suppose you feel that, okay, I might need this data sometime, so in order to hide that data from the software, I can use comment line. Understood? So that also you can do, like we do multiple times in a program also. Suppose in a program I want to just check what is the error. So sometimes I will write print statement, and I will try to print the value of that variable, right? Just to check which value it is taking. Once my program has been executed successfully, this bug has been removed, I can simply attach a hashtag and make it a comment line. In Python, we attach a hashtag to make a line into a comment line. Okay, so that comment line is sometimes used to temporarily hide data also. So please write this down, these two. Also, okay, just write these 2 points down in your copy for comments in XML. So many times it might happen, like right now we are working on IRCTC menu meals document. So because that document already, it is very long, so whosoever reads that document, it would be, suppose I have to collaborate with some other developer in my team. So that person, lest he should get confused with everything, so I will try to create reference points in various sections within the document, so that if somebody reads it, he or she will be able to understand what is going on where, right? So comment lines are only used for personal reference of the programmers or developers. It has nothing to do with execution of the program. Okay. When any external program uses my XML data, it will not read the comment line. Written?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is white spaces and new line. White spaces in an XML document refers to more than one blank spaces, blank lines, or carriage returns. Blank lines means after 2 lines, like this is my first line, this is my second line, and इसके बीच में जो space है, this is known as blank line. And when you are typing a line, you press enter key after that, right? This also inserts a new line. This is known as carriage return. Why carriage return? In olden days when we had typewriter, okay, so because typewriter was a manual device, so we had to, once someone has typed an entire line, they had to again slide that header towards the left side to start writing again. You might have seen people who, the typewriters, okay, the people who are into typewriting, they used to do this in olden days. वहीं से इसका नाम पड़ गया carriage return. Actually, your enter key which you use in your keyboard, it has an alternative name, that is return key, and it is also known as carriage return also. That is now because we have our electronic typewriters or we have our word processors where we have an auto word wrap facility. That is the moment my as I am typing, the moment the text reaches the edge, right edge of the document or the window, it will automatically come to the next line. So this is known as auto word wrap facility. It was not there in olden days when typewriters were used. People had to manually use carriage return, right? So for वहीं से उसका नाम क्या पड़ा? Henceforth it was named as carriage return. So whenever there is a blank line between two lines, or after each line enter key is pressed to create a new line, right? Or there is a blank space, that is single space, or a group of spaces which you have typed, they are known as white spaces. In HTML, white spaces are ignored. Whatever you, if you write something like this, that is within the paragraph tag, you want to start something from here, and you want to leave some spaces, this will not be recognized on the browser. The browser will start date from the left edge, extreme left edge of the page. So in HTML, white spaces are ignored, but in XML, they are preserved and they are recognized also. Carriage return or new line is automatically converted into line feed characters. So a new line, this whenever you are changing the line, it is also a character known as line feed. Understood this? Write the first statement here, the first point only. What are white spaces in XML? Let me take your attendance also. Next, creating an XML document. Now, take a look at the third point. XML document is divided into two areas, prologue and data instance. Okay. Like, take a look at this statement which I have written. Okay. Or take a look at this statement also. XML version encoding UTF-8. I'll explain you just a second. Sorry. I'll explain you everything regarding this. So XML, that is, it defines that this is your prologue. That is, right in the beginning of a movie, you see a prologue. Okay. Or when a movie or a serial episode, it ends for one day, it ends for the day, you can see a pre-cap of what is going to be shown tomorrow, right? That is known as a prologue. Right in the beginning, when something is being introduced, that is known as prologue, or we can say introduction about something. So XML document is also introduced, right? What all things? First is this XML keyword. It specifies that it is an XML document. Second is version. Which version of XML I am using? Encoding, that is internally, how will each of these characters be stored, in what form? We know that our computer understands which language? Machine language, that is binary language. Now there are multiple encoding systems in the world which convert this normal English language, that is each of the alphabets, capital, small, special characters, digits, into the binary format, but that is done in several ways. Some use ASCII coding, that is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Some use extended ASCII coding, which uses some 256 characters, okay? And some use Unicode, which I had already explained to you, universal coding, that is all the languages of the world can be expressed in Unicode form. So this Unicode text format, UTF-8, does exactly that. It can represent more symbols than ISO 8859-1. This is also an encoding technique. That is internal way of representing all the symbols which are used, like what symbol you are using for the tag, okay, any alphabet you are using, any underscore you are using, okay, like check it out. I have used so many things. I have used alphabets, I have used underscore, I have used capital letters, small letters, I have used a dash here, I have used a dot here, I have used two over here, that is numbers, digits also I have used, okay. And not only this, if I have to represent anything else, by XML mein I can also store anything written in Hindi also, I can store anything in Cyrillic language also, I can store anything. If I been a Japanese, I would have used hiragana, katakana characters or kanji characters over here, right? So for that, I will be requiring one such encoding technique, which will include all the symbols of the world. So UTF-8 is the standard encoding technique these days, right? ये जो है इतना efficient नहीं है. ISO 8859 is not as efficient because it only it only supports a limited number of characters, maybe only the English language or one or two more languages. But UTF, it has a wider range and it can support more than 1 million characters of the world. Okay. So this is it. And standalone no means if you are creating an extension of this XML, that is for some advanced developers. Okay, you at this point, that is at the beginner stage, you don't need this standalone, right? So more we will be discussing in the next class. We will start from data instance. So we complete the class today. Thank you everybody for being there. Please submit